Hi there, this video is about being single. Now, so many of us women have a problem with being single. Why I say we have a problem with it is because a lot of us say, oh, I'm happy being single. Yeah, I love being single. I'm single by choice. But deep down inside, they would love to be in a relationship. I'm talking about heterosexual women. They would love to be in a relationship. Well, it doesn't even have to be heterosexual, really. But what I'm saying is, does it have to be heterosexual for my video? I'm not sure. I'll find out later. But a lot of us, we say we're happy being single. And what it is that we've put so much value on who we are and what we want. We've decided that it's easier to be single than to have a relationship with someone who doesn't actually complement who we are. It's very, very, I remember, let me go back a bit. When I was young, I had a child before I got married, and I was born in the era where that didn't happen. I'm not going to tell you my age, but believe me, it was a long time ago. And it was in the era where it was actually illegal to have a child at a certain age. Anyway, my mum used to say to me, you'll never have a man again. You've spoilt your life, you've ruined your life, and you'll never have a man. No man will want you. So I spent my life, my mum took my child, and I spent my life thinking, I'm going to prove you wrong. Men will want me. They will. And I set out and I had men attracted to me all the time. And I would introduce them to my mum and say, oh, mum, just look what I've got. Look. In other words, I was trying to say indirectly, see, men do want me. I've been married 3 times. Why? Because I wanted to prove to my mother that men wanted me, and I took the man that wanted to marry me, whether I loved him or not. What I've learned more recently is that I don't need to have a man to prove that I'm worthy, or to validate me, or to say that I can get it. I don't need to spite my mother anymore or be rebellious. And without it being negative on my part, because what we as women do, we tend to take on relationships. I know not all women, some of you are sensible, I know. Some of us haven't had such a great upbringing, and for whatever reason we've made poor choices. But putting that aside, whether we have or not, the important thing is that we know our worth. And yes, it might be a lonely road for a while, but I do believe that there will be that compatible other at some point if you hold out. So it's not about just going out or being in a position or going online and trying to find somebody when you are not sure where you are emotionally and intellectually, and you're not even sure what you have to offer another person. A lot of people who are single sometimes have had some kind of trauma in their lives. I'm not saying all, but majority of them have, and it plays out in relationships. And when it plays out in relationships, they don't want to fight for their relationships. They let their relationships die at the first hurdle. And it's important that what you'll find is those people who've had stable upbringing, and when I mean stable, they've had parents, whether it's 1 or 2 parents who love them and who nurture them, you'll find that they're more likely to stay in relationships for the duration. If they haven't, or if there's been some friction in the home, they give up very easily. So that is about their individual self-worth. They do not need that person to validate them. That's not why they stay in the relationship. They stay in that relationship because they know that there's 2 unequals getting together to make an equal. So I just wanted to put it out there that, you know, it's okay being single. We don't have to justify it. We don't have to rationalize it. We don't have to feel as though nobody wants us. You know, a lot of men, when they see single women, they think it's because we can't get a man. I tell you something, with me personally, I have people trying to get with me all the time. I'm not interested only because I'm not ready. You see what I mean? And there is a difference. Anybody can get a man, anybody can be with somebody, but if you're not ready, what is the point? So when I'm ready and when I find somebody who I feel is my compatible other, then I might give it a shot. But until that point, it is important for us to know when we are ready. You don't go from one relationship into another, i.e. going with somebody on the rebound. You don't go with somebody just because you don't want to be lonely. You don't go with somebody because you can't do any better. You don't go with somebody because you need somebody to pay your bills. Those are all no-nos. You go with somebody because you feel that that person can give you something and you can give him back something. And so that the two of you are giving each other a special part of yourself that will lift the other up. And that's the only reason two people should get together, so they can build each other up and help each other to achieve a common goal. Bye for now.